entourage, JT, but officially, I know you came into tonight with a mathematical chance. Now that is actually done. So, what are the emotions? The dream of the championship defence is officially gone. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I kind of knew it was gone when we lost to New Zealand. The mathematical chance you're talking about was really a stretch, right? But I just really wanted to, give the fans a really good, a game, a good showing from my group. We played a really, really, really good Sydney team this year. So, my emotions right now is just, I'm in a really good place. We're in a really good place because, I'm just glad guys are healthy and, they're still motivated to come on out these next two games to find a way to get a win.
When you were down by 18, it could have been 30 plus, 40 plus home, who knows? But you got it back to single figures in the third, made a contest of it. Was that the most pleasing element with the view to your last two games against Melbourne and Tasmania?
The effort was there for sure. We just had to slow them down from making shots, and they came out, on fire early. So, it's kind of tough to, compete or beat any team like that. But once they start slowing down and we start finding our rhythm a little bit offensively second half, I felt that, we could have found a way to make it a tougher game. But then, once again, Sydney just found some open shots and lack of defense here and there from us, especially giving up 30-plus points in fast breaks. And we just had to clear some of that up.
JT, what do you want to see from your team in the next two games? Obviously, it doesn't matter what happens, but what do you want to see personally from them?
Well, just what I want to see out there. Have fun, cheer for each other, and I told the team, and in the locker room, I said, man, I was really, proud of your effort, and it's also hearing the guys cheering for one another and trying to do the right thing on the floor. So if you do those things, we'll find a way to, win a basketball game or just keep us in it to where our coaches, staff, and myself can, change and do some narrative.
Obviously, Javal didn't play. Is he likely to play on Sunday or Wednesday?
Yeah, for sure. That's what we plan on. We had a lot of knee soreness today, and it's something, a man that, that caliber has played a lot of games, and, there's no point in just pushing as, for not to say unnecessary games, but games that, we have to win by so many points. It'd be a long shot. So we just want to make sure we look out for his health and, see if we can do it this coming up Sunday.
You mentioned defense kind of dropped off towards that when gross single digits and impacts it. Do you think a little bit of it was wear head down as well?
We played a really good team. So, they got 7 guys in double figures and probably didn't take over 10 shots. So, the basket looked really big to them. So, anything could have been added to that to deflate us a little bit. So, but I felt that Sydney got into a good rhythm. They felt good. And, we were here on some defensive undisciplinary things, and it kind of caused and helped it a little bit as well. But it wasn't too much of anything that we couldn't do, or could do to kind of slow them down at that time.
The team and the crowd really got behind Green's 150th. Is bittersweet the way to describe a celebration like that?
Yeah. We were really pumping DG all up, for the 150 games. We was happy that his body made it through it, right? So, we were really pleased with DG and what he's done, and I'm glad the crowd got behind him. He was able to come out here and, have a solid game.
You guys have created an unbelievable connection with the community down here over the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What did it mean to you that Illawarra chant team's down by 20?
Yeah.
And yet the whole crowd does that great Illawarra chant, even though the season's effectively over?
It gives you chills, man, because they're still on the championship high, which they should be, but unfortunately we're on the hangover part of it, right? But just hearing, seeing 5,000 to 6,000 people show up, and then, no matter what, down 20, up 20, you hear that chant, and then just stay out and support the guys as they exit. Speaks volumes of this team, this organization, and this city. And so, they deserve, more and better, and we're going to give it to them. But it's just that I'm just happy that, to see the crowd. And when we walk the streets and walk home, people want to take pictures and say, good luck, coach, good job. And, that means a lot, especially during this season.
JT, does any team beat Sydney in a 3-game semi-final or 5-game grand final series at the moment?
I don't know. Our team right now is hold this gold is still us. So until then, good luck to all of them. But they are very talented, man. Like I said, in them, Southeast, Perth, Adelaide, those top 6 teams, Taz, who potentially might make it, all those guys have worked all year to be there. And I tip my hat off to them. And, whoever, is at the end, it's not going to be easy, as you kind of understand for us last year. Whoever, I was going to say something funny, but I'll leave that one alone. Best team win. Best team win. How about that?
You were coach of the year last year, in charge of a free-flowing, high-scoring, winning team.
Yep.
Self-assessment, how do you look back on this year and your growth as a coach, Justin, like
Just try to, simulate what you did to get to the championship or win it last year, but understand you got different personnel and players coming in and year out. And but how can you relate to those guys? And that's something that, I'm going to, hopefully we will do better this year as recruiting to get our roster filled earlier than we did last year. And it really wasn't our fault. We had like 5 or 6 guys who had opportunities to play other places, but this season, upcoming season for next year, we'll do better. Finding guys who fit our mold, and we can build a relationship and do things like that. And so hopefully that we can get that back, winning ways back. We will.
Have you done much reminiscing around this time of year and what was happening last year?
Oh, yeah, today. Actually, when you watch a team like Sydney, I asked my coach, I said, were we that good last year? I said, because these boys are pretty good. Just to see teams like that just gel and naturally, like I said, they got 7 guys in double figures and, most of them took 10 less shots. So something like we did last year. So, yeah, it was a reminiscent on the other end.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.